I got so much motherfucking design on right now.
Break it down, bring it back, make it clap. I got 3 old thoughts, new block, where that thing. Pictures on my line, and you know.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So we are from 16 group. We are going to present and explain about Italy country. And before that, let me introduce our members of our group. The first one is me myself, Ahmad Mufli.
And I'm Sela Tashawardani.
And Gewa Sakina.
Yeah, now we are going to explain you about Italy country. Enjoy it. Religion and identity. The first one is identity. Identity in Italy is a rich, diverse topic influenced by historical, cultural, regional factors. Italian identity encompasses a range of elements that contribute to a sense of belongings and shared identity among Italians. So here are some aspects. The first one is we have historical identity. So Italy has a deep and complex history, with ancient civilization, the Roman Empire, and the Renaissance being significant contributors to its cultural heritage. Historical events such as the unification of Italy in the 19th century, known as the Risorgimento, have played a crucial role in shaping Italian identity and fostering sense of national unity. The second one is religion. Historically, Catholicism has been the dominant religion in Italy, and its influence on Italian identity is significant. The Catholic Church plays a central role in Italian culture and has shaped moral values, social norms, traditional festivals. However, Italy is also home to a diverse religious communities, including Protestant, Jewish, and Muslim populations. The third one is sense of style. Italy is renowned for its fashion industry, which has contributed to the country's global reputation for elegance and style. Italians often take pride in their personal appearance and have a keen sense of fashion, further enhancing their cultural identity. Okay, the last one is religion. So the religion, Italy has linked with the Catholicism. Catholic, the majority in that country. So the first one is Roman Catholicism. So the Roman Catholic Church has deep historical and cultural influence in Italy. The Vatican City, an independent city-state within Rome, is the spiritual administrative center of the Catholic Church. Many Italians, even if they do not actively practice the faith, still identify culturally as Catholics. The second one is decline the religious practice. Over the past few decades, there has been a decline in religious observance and church attendance in Italy, while many Italians still consider themselves Catholic. A significant portion of the population may not regularly engage in religious rituals or follow strict religious doctrines. The third one is religious diversity. Italy is also home to other religious communities besides Catholicism. These include other Christian denominations such as Protestantism and Eastern Orthodox Christianity. And the last one is cultural influence. Despite changes in religious practice, Catholicism continues to influence Italian culture, traditions, and values. Religious holidays and traditions like Christmas, Easter, and various local religious festivals play an important role in Italian society.
So the next is ethnocentrism from Italy. In the context of Italy, there have been instances where ethnocentrism has been present, particularly in relation to the country history, cultural identity, and immigration. And Italy has a long history and strong sense of national pride, which can sometimes lead to ethnocentric attitudes. One manifestation of ethnocentrism in Italy has been the rise of anti-immigrant sentiment, and the growth of far-right political movements. In recent years, Italy has faced significant challenge due to the arrival of migrants and refugees from Africa and the Middle East. This has sparked debates, and however, it's not important. This is so important to remember that ethnocentrism is not universal trait among Italians, and there are also many individuals and organizations in Italy that promote multiculturalism, tolerance, and inclusivity.
Now about do's and taboos in Italy. First is do. Do use your hand to communicate. If you need information but don't speak the language, you can use gesture to communicate. This Italian stereotype is entirely correct. And do keep some cash on hand. Nowadays, almost all shops and restaurants accept credit cards. However, not all of them do. And you'll almost certainly find someone who doesn't accept card payments. So it's always a good idea to have some cash on hand. Do take care of your belongings. You must be extremely cautious with your belongings, just as you would in any other country. Pickpockets are always lurking around the corner, usually on public transportation or in crowded areas. So keep all valuables in a tightly closed and secure bag to deter anyone from attempting to access them. Do keep your knees and shoulders covered. Italy is a very Catholic country, and you must dress appropriately to enter places or worship. So if you're going to Peter Basilica in Vatican City, Mark Basilica in Venice, or any other beautiful church, make sure to cover your shoulder and knees properly. Do relax and enjoy Italian culture. No matter how many times you've been to Italy, each time is a new experience. Enjoy your stay, relax, and live. La dolce vita. After all, you're in Italy, and you know what we say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And next about taboos in Italy. Don't ask to share your pizza. Never. Even ask an Italian to share his or her pizza. When you order pizza in Italy, you will receive a pizza on a plate, which, as large as it may appear to you, is only for one person, and Italians don't like to share it. Don't ever cut up spaghetti. The proper way to eat spaghetti is to wrap it around the fork, using the plate to help you. The reason for this method is that the essence of spaghetti must be respected. Also, don't order spaghetti bolognese, which doesn't exist in Italy. They're a British invention. We do have tagliatelle al ragu alla bolognese, a delicious first course from Emilia-Romagna. Don't put cheese on pasta with seafood. Italians have a strong relationship with food and very specific ideas about what you can and cannot do with it. This is something you should never do. And don't order a cappuccino after 11 a.m. An Italian would never order a cappuccino after 11 a.m. We only drink in the morning. After lunch or dinner, you can order a cafe macchiato, which can be hot with hot foamy milk, or macchiato freddo, and they will usually bring you a cup of cold milk to add to your coffee. Don't forget to learn some basic Italian. Learning a few basic Italian phrases make it much easier to get around town and interact with the locals. They love it when you try to speak a little Italian with them. even if you only know the basic. Also, avoid greeting everyone, which is ciao. This is an informal greeting and we only use it with relatives and friends. When you walk into a store or meet someone for the first time, you can say salve, which is the formal version of ciao. I think enough from me. Thank you.
Now it's my turn. It's about prejudice and discrimination. Italy, like any other country, has its own set of social issues, including prejudice and discrimination. So here are some examples of prejudice and discrimination that have been reported in Italy. The first one is anti-Southern prejudice. Italy has a historical divide between the northern and southern regions, which has sometimes led to stereotypes and prejudice. Some people from north may hold negative stereotypes about those from the south. They consider them that are lazy, uneducated, and corrupt. The second one is anti-immigrant prejudice. With the increase in immigration to Italy, there have been instances of prejudice against immigrants. They are from African, Middle Eastern, Eastern Europe countries. This prejudice can manifest as xenophobia, discrimination, and negative attitudes toward immigrants, including stereotypes portraying them as a criminal or as a burden on society. Okay, the third one is prejudice against Rome communities. The Rome community in Italy has faced discrimination and prejudice. They are often subjected to negative stereotypes, social exclusion, unequal treatment based on their ethnicity, leading to limited access to education, employment, and healthcare. Number 4 is anti-Semitism. Although anti-Semitism is not widespread, there have been reports of anti-Semitic incidents and attitudes in Italy. This can include hate speech, vandalism of Jewish synagogues and cemeteries, and stereotypes targeting Jewish individuals. The last one is Islamophobia. Italy has witnessed instances of prejudice and discrimination against Muslims.
Okay guys, so now I want to explain about surface culture in Italy. And first about religion. There are several religions professed by people in Italy including Catholic, Christians, atheists, and Muslim. But most dominant there other to the Catholic religion and Islam is a very minority. And next about food. There are several food in Italy. First, pizza and ragu alla bolognese and lasagna. Next, about holidays. In Italy, holidays Easter Day. In the name is Easter Day. Easter Day falls on the Sunday after the full moon that falls on or after April 1. This celebration marks the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead after being crucified, which Christians believe is the salvation of the world. Next, about art. In Italian, there are several about arts. First, Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is an oil painting on poplar wood by Leonardo da Vinci in the 16th century. This painting is often regarded as one of the most famous paintings in the world. A few other works of art have become the center of attention, study, mythology, and parody. And the second, scene genre. Scene genre painting are pictorial representation with the subject of scenes and events taken from everyday life. For example, market, household cross, interior, or party representing aspect of everyday life. It was for a long time considered a minor genre, for interior in value to historical, religious, painting, but not even like a portrait. And the third, Rococo. Rococo also means late Baroque, is an 18th century style that developed when Baroque artists abandoned the symmetrical style and began to add flower, plant, and other games. And the next about fashion. There are several religions professed by people in Italy, including Catholic, Christian, atheist, and Muslim. But most are dominant adhere to the Catholic religion, and Islam a very minority. Typical clothing from Italy, it has evolved over the course of history and experienced its great growth during the Renaissance. In fact, it was during this period that Italy broke away from French fashion trend and developed its own style, becoming one of the most important clothing exponents in Europe. And dance in Italy, tarantella. Tarantella is a folk dance in Naples, Italy. This dance uses 3/8 or 9/8 time signature and is played at high tempo. Composers use the rhythm in their new works, resulting in piano music. And about festival, there are Venice Carnival. The unique festival in Italy is synonymous with a variety of cool mass and custom. This year, the Venice Carnival will be held from 8 to 25 February. For those who are already planning to fly there between those dates, be sure to take the time to see firsthand the excitement of the annual festival in the city of canals. And the next, the Orange War. The Orange War, a unique festival in Italy that can make you better. I think enough.
And now is deep culture from Italy. The first is communicate style and rules. Italian people is very expressive by when they speech, selecting word eloquent, emotional, and demonstrative. And then friendliness. Most Europeans don't like to smile, but between Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian, Italian people is the most people to smile. And the second is attitude to business ethics. Avoid holding meeting in August because many companies are closed and employees are on vacation on that month. And the third is attitude to greeting. Shaking hand with eye contact and smiling forms of the greeting for the new people. If you are already close with your relation or more have a relationship, you can greet them by kissing them on the right or left cheek. And then Italians tend to speak with the hand gesture and prominent facial expression. So don't be surprised when you meet Italian people to talking them and they seems very expressive. And the next is attitude to visit home. If you are planning to visit your friend's house, make sure you arrive 15 until 13 minutes behind schedule to allow the host prepare the food or the event at the house. And then don't forget to bring like chocolate, flour, or cookies before you go to friend's Italian house. And the next is manner. It's important to dress neatly and respectfully. Cover your mouth when you yawn and sneeze. Hats must be removed indoors. It's impolite to take off one of shoes in front of other people. And greeting enthusiastic but somewhat formal. A casual handshake with direct eye contact and a smile sufficient between strangers. women should reach out first to men. Adapt towards the parents. Stand in respect when an older person enters the room, and open the door for parents. Men often the door for women and say hello. Concept of family. In Italy, family is sacred. Many grown men still live with their parents, and this taken for granted. Men are happy. The power of the Italian mother-in-law is legendary, and there's a custom on Sundays for husband and wife to visit their parents' house. Place help in the family is much like Indonesia. So many companies employ their family member. And in Italy, always do like Halloween. In modern time, Halloween has become one of the most anticipated celebration. Usually, people will wear spooky costume to celebrate. And then the nation. Italy is known as the most romantic countries, and they become even more romantic when they get married. One of the most romantic Italian wedding traditions is La Serenata, where the groom sings with a band under the balcony of the bride's room. And the next is approach. La Giarrettiera, or the garter, is an old tradition that dates back to the 14th century. At the time, married women had to wear the garter on their dress to bring good luck, and the garter itself is an elastic cloth that is worn around the waist and served to hold stocking. And the last is Befana. Befana is the celebration of the day the child was born. Befana is the elderly woman who delivers gifts to children all over the Italy. Epiphany Eve, the night of January 5, in a manner similar to Santa Claus or the three Magi Kings. So I think that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Well, that's all of our explanation today.
We do hope you to understand it.
We apologize for our mistake.
Remember to
Like.
comment.
And subscribe. Bye-bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.